Welcome to Undisputed Live from Los Angeles. I'm Jen Hale, here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi, Jen.
Happy Wednesday.
Well, let's get this out of the way as this man across the table from me keeps telling everybody who will listen, it's his birthday. It's his birthday, America. Let's shout it from the rooftop.
Happy birthday,
It's Shannon Sharpe's 51st birthday. Let's get it over with.
Would have ruined it. You just ruined it.
I want
waited.
everybody to know.
I waited 6.5 months for this
Have
moment.
you?
And you ruined it in 15
You waited
seconds.
364 days. This is your day.
It was my day until
Yep.
you ruined it.
Well, happy birthday.
Appreciate it.
But by the way, there's a much bigger event happening on this day. It's actually tonight.
No.
My school, Vanderbilt, is playing for the National Baseball Championship tonight
Let's go,
against
Big Blue.
Michigan.
Let's go, Big Blue.
Are you rooting against my
Let's go, Big
team?
Blue.
SEC, let's go, Vandy. Go,
All I want to
Commodores.
say is anchor down. Way to go, Commodores, for getting this far. Let's just see how it turns out. I don't want to jinx it by putting too much pressure on my guy.
You got a new suit on, too, today,
I
huh?
don't have a new suit
Yeah,
on.
you had a
It's
new
an
one.
old
It's
suit.
Don't worry, no,
Good,
I'm going to beat it off you like the
It's
the
not
old
my
one.
birthday today. But again, if you want me to lay down for you today,
No,
I will.
no, I don't want that.
I will.
I don't want that.
Okay.
All right, let's
Happy
let you guys
birthday.
get
Thank you, bro.
right into it. We're going to get started this morning with a big trade rumor. Will Jimmy Butler be wearing a Rockets uniform next season? Woj reports Houston wants to acquire Butler in a sign and trade deal when free agency starts on Sunday. The Rockets do not have enough cap space to just outright sign Butler, so any deal would likely have to include some sort of combination. Clint Capella, PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon. Shannon, would Butler be a good or bad fit in Houston given all the dynamics there?
Skip, I think it'll be a bad fit. I think this seems like a panic move by the Rockets. They built their team. Basically, they've been trying to take down the Golden State Warriors for the last 4 or 5 years and have been unable to do that. And it seems like they try a different situation every year. One year it's Ariza and Richard and Bob Mute. Then they go get PJ Tucker. Then they extend Capella. It's all these pieces. And when it doesn't fail, it's just like, okay, we're going to keep throwing things against the wall and see what sticks. This makes no sense to me, Skip, because you're bringing in another ball-dominant guy. Now, Jimmy Butler, and I think he's a phenomenal player. I don't think he's a superstar. I think he's a phenomenal player. He plays hard. Next to James Harden, I think in the last 5 years, he's logged the most NBA minutes. Tibbs have really kind of ground him down to a nub, so I don't really know how much more he has left in that body. But Skip, everywhere he's been, he's rubbed people the wrong way. And guess who else has rubbed people the wrong way? James Harden and Chris Paul. So now you're going to have 3 guys that seemingly rub people the wrong way. The one thing you can say about Eric Gordon, you can say about Clint Capella and PJ Tucker, they know their roles, they understand their roles, and they're fine, especially playing with ball-dominant James Harden and Chris Paul. You bring Jimmy Butler in there.
Yep.
What do you think's going to happen, Skip? You think he's going to be happy to stand around on the corner while James Harden dribble, step back, sidestep, 3. Dribble, ISO, go to the bucket. Is he going to be okay with that, Skip? This seems like a total panic move to me. It makes no sense to me. They're going to have to get a third team involved because the Sixers do not want Clint Capella. They have a big. So I don't see how this, I'm sure they can make it work, but I don't like it, Skip. I don't like the panic. Stay the course. You mentioned this, and we've been talking about this, Skip.
So, I am a much bigger Jimmy Butler fan than you are. And I believe Jimmy Butler would be just what the doctor ordered for this team right here, right now. Now, that doctor may be Dr. Freud or somebody like that, like somebody deeper than just some doctor. But here's the point. Back to your question. All of a sudden, the decks got cleared. So Daryl Morey's obsession over the last 4 or 5 years, I got to dethrone Golden State. And all of a sudden, the injury gods dethrone Golden State.
Correct.
All of a sudden, the heavens opened, the path cleared, and everybody's got a shot now in the West. If you have a semblance of some star power in your lineup, you got a shot.
Absolutely.
Depending on how the injury gods treat you next year. So the question becomes for Daryl Morey, should I just stand pat Should I just hold them instead of folding them? Should I just say, I'll take what I have, even though I've got two superstars at each other's throat right now? Should I just hope they can figure it out in a year in which we got one shot? It's a 1 year open door policy for everybody, because I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant won't be able to play. I don't know that for a fact. I don't know for a fact he won't come back for next year's playoffs. But even if he does, it just can't be a difference maker.
This is what we know, Skip. When a guy injures himself because he felt he came back early, he will be extra conservative on the return.
Okay. Could a miracle happen? Let's just do the best case scenario for Golden State. Could he decide to just re-sign and stay the course with Golden State, which I don't think he's going to do. But I'm just saying this would be the worst case for Houston or anybody else in the West. If he stayed and he had a miraculous recovery, and by, I don't know, March or April, he's starting to be able to play like Kevin Durant, and all of a sudden they turn back into the Warriors right on schedule for the playoffs, that would be the best case for Golden State, worst case for everybody else. But I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't either.
Okay, so now, what do you have in Golden State? Do you really believe you could just close your eyes and sort of bite your tongue and grit your teeth and hold on and say Chris Paul and James Harden will figure it out next year? I just don't think that's possible. From everything I've heard, it's been going on for a long time. I don't think they can figure it out. I think they need somebody other than Mike D'Antoni to peacemake. He just comes across, and again, I don't know Mike D'Antoni, but he just seems milquetoasty to me. He just seems vanilla, weak. When I see this sideline,
his huddle.
You know, when I see the little snippets of his huddle, it doesn't look, nobody's even listening to it. Come on, guys, we got to get a stop here. Well, that's profound. Really? That's deep. So to me, he always comes across as a guy who's just kind of going along for the ride with these guys. I don't know. I just tell him to shoot threes, right?
But Skip, but you're adding Jimmy Butler. You do know what he represents, right? I
know exactly what he represents. I've been around Jimmy enough to know he doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He is a quote unquote spit in your eye guy. He's the kind of guy who he will get in your face. He doesn't care if you're James Harden or Chris Paul or Mike D'Antoni. He will get in your face. And for younger teams, he will disrupt your chemistry because he'll challenge Joel Embiid, whoever it is, Ben Simmons. Come on, man. You know, you're better than that. Well, we can go back to that. They weren't even remotely ready for this because it's an onslaught of a guy who just says, we're better. You're better than this. I challenge you to be a man about this, Karl Anthony Towns, and it didn't go over well at all. I think it's just exactly what they need in Houston because Jimmy Butler backs it up on the court. And I'll tell you why. He is the ultimate two-way closer because he will close on the defensive end and the offensive end. And I'm not saying he's the greatest clutch shooter ever, but he is not afraid to take and make big late game shots. We've seen it again and again. He will at least take them. Some guys run from that. I think James Harden down the stretch, I think he runs from that in playoff games. Chris Paul is just a little over the hill. He used to be able to take and make big shots, but he's never been a big difference maker either. So you need one guy to step in who's kind of their equal. Not that he's as good a player as James, or either one of them for that matter, but he's still a star. And he could walk into that locker room, and when the conflict started to rise, he could get in both their faces and say, well, what are we doing? We got a chance to do something special here.
But what happened when the conflict arises with him? The problem that I'm having, Skip, is that when I listen to people talking, I'm hearing them talking about Jimmy Butler. When did he become LeBron, Kawhi, or KD? When did he become those guys that can swing the
pendulum? I don't hear anybody call him that.
But everybody, we need Jimmy. We get Jimmy. Minnesota thought he was that. Philadelphia thought he was that. It seems to me Houston thinks he's that.
You know what? If Joel Embiid had stayed healthy, we might be talking about Jimmy Butler as an NBA champ right now.
No.
That's what I believe.
No, you couldn't do it. No, he wasn't going to be the NBA. He wasn't going to be the finals MVP.
Okay.
Oh, Embiid?
Embiid? No, I'm saying he would be the champ, not the finals MVP. I'm just saying champ. His team, I thought that was the best team.
Well, he could have, guess what? He had a chance. All he had to do was stop Kawhi. Don't let Kawhi go for 45. Don't let him go for 41. Don't let him go for 39 in the game 7 and hit the game winner. You could have done that. You could have been the champ.
Okay, it went to the last shot of the last game.
And who took it? His man,
Okay, and did he not defend it when the guy on him? I think it was
Joel Embiid.
Embiid took the run at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got switched
He
off.
got switched, yeah.
But I thought he did a good enough job to get them to that moment, and then it was just simply the luckiest shot in the history of the
was
NBA
not.
Plus. It was. It was a four bouncer
you-
from the. He does not practice.
He
that
told
shot.
that
He
what
never practiced
everybody
that
said
shot.
that.
Come on, you practice
Skip.
that shot?
Skip. See, when
Did
you
he practice shooting it short from the corner? Who's ever
Why
shot
do you
it?
keep doing that?
I know, but nobody's ever shot it short from the corner and it bounced
Skip.
twice and hit both sides of the rim and fell.
No.
It just won't fall. It won't go in. It's physically impossible.
Stop.
Okay?
You know
Oh,
he didn't.
you know I'm right about this.
You know he didn't mean the literal sense where he
Okay.
practiced that shot. He shot it short. It hit the rim, hit the other side, hit the back, and went in. That's not what he means.
If he had Ray Allen that shot, you got me. But he didn't Ray Allen that shot, right?
It had the same
He
result.
shot
as
it
Allen.
short. He missed that shot. That's the truth. He missed that
No, he
shot.
didn't.
And somehow it went in. It was the hand of God.
No, he shot it.
Huh?
He put it in.
It was just meant to. He did not put it in.
did.
Did he intend it to
But,
hit
okay,
the front of the rim? No, he
but
did
hold on.
not.
Skip. Daryl Morey built this thing through analytics and his evaluation of the way we take down the Golden State Warriors. We shoot more threes, make more threes
Okay.
than them.
All right.
Okay, Golden State is wounded. We don't believe the Warriors will be ever the Warriors again as we know them. And he's willing to scrap this. Even after a team that you've been chasing, their boat has, for lack of a better word, blown an engine.
Yep.
And you're fine. You're still in this race. So in other words, you say, you know what? We're going to blow our engine too. We're going to turn this whole thing over. Skip, this is a panic move.